So, you just started using LinkedIn Premium. Now what? Well, on your premium company page, you noticed around 7.5 times more page engagement and 5 times more page views. Well done. And now, new clients are messaging you. All because you're using LinkedIn Premium, which helps you get the business growth you want. Think big, small business. Think big. Start your free trial at linkedin.com/premium small business. That's linkedin.com/premium small business.
Vitamin Water Zero Sugar has great taste, zero BS, and obviously zero sugar. For those with zero room in their calendar, zero patience for slow walkers, those who get 0 hours of sleep on a Saturday night, have zero filter, zero given, and zero interest in grabbing a plain, boring water. Grab a delicious Vitamin Water Zero Sugar today.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to the Gundam Lorecast, where we take a deep dive into the Mobile Suit Gundam series, such as the multiple timelines, mobile suits, characters, and so much more. Welcome back, pilots, to another episode of the Gundam Lorecast. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend, Jesse.
How's it going, everybody?
And we are here to bring you more mobile suits, and of course, since we just did Gundam Build Fighters, might as well do Gundam Build Fighters Try. So, we are going over the Build Burning and the Try Burning today. So the BG-011B Build Burning Gundam is a gunpla introduced in the anime Gundam Build Fighters Try, designed and built by Sei Iori, and it was piloted by Sekai Kamiki. And this is an anime which also has terrible voice acting for English, because it was not done by a general, Funimation or anything like that. It was Ocean.
Like
it was I think it was Singapore. I think it was Singapore. A Singaporean company did the dub, and it's like, this is not great at all. So, going into technology and combat characteristics. So the Build Burning Gundam is a gunpla designed for melee combat. Its movements and mobility are noted to be similar to the GAT-X105B ST Star Build Strike Gundam, and is not surprising it is built by Sei Iori, who used an earlier version of the gunpla during the 11th Gunpla Battle World Championship. Due to its melee combat specialization, Sekai Kamiki can use the gunpla and perform his Jigen Hao school style of martial arts without any problem. So, it was like destiny to be that he uses martial arts, and this gunpla is specifically used for melee combat. So although the unit has no shields, it can use its elbow armor to repel physical projectiles. This is known as pinpoint shield defense. The Build Burning can be equipped with the winning knuckle, which is a large fist formed from parts of the SD-237 Winning Gundam, or the Winning Gundam's core fighter to increase the power of its punch. The transparent blue parts of the Build Burning's clavicle, forearms, and lower legs are capable of storing plastic particles for later emission. These parts are an application of the Star Build Strike's RG system, and more of them are hidden below the gunpla's external surface, meaning it has its own hyper mode.
Which is cool, especially for a gunpla.
Right. So when the fighter unifies his senses with the gunpla through powerful auto-suggestion, he assimilates with it and increases its performance by more than 3 times. In this state, the Build Burning's performance is comparable to even more than that of the Star Build Strike with its RG system activated. While under assimilation, the Build Burning's last known specifications before hitting measurement error was output 1400, mobility at 1200, and 0.11 in plastic particle reaction speed. Simulation can last as long as the fighter's willpower holds out, but its weakness is that the damage the gunpla is reflected in the fighter's body. So, say the gunpla gets a cut on the cheek, you get a cut on the cheek. It's a placebo effect, or a not placebo effect, but it's like one of the, I can't remember what the effect they use. It's called. I don't know if you know. It reminds
me of Munchausen, but it's not that.
I can't remember. So when the assimilation occurs with the build burning, the emitted plastic particles will turn orange, and the transparent blue parts will also turn orange due to the change in into the particles' colors. The build burning also gains the ability to use fire in its attacks, and fire effects can also be emitted from its back. These fire effects can also use to increase the suit's propulsion power. Unlike other gunpla, the build burning's propulsion system does not produce standard particles or flames when activated, instead emitting plastic particles. So it's unique. Yeah, it's unique. Moving into the armaments, it has used a beam spray gun. That's it. Which is a beam firearm originally used by the RGM-79 Jim. Sekai uses a beam spray gun for target practice and the team training exercise, but because of his weakness at using ranged weaponry, he failed to hit any of the targets, and he would then discard this weapon. Like, he sucks at aiming. Like, terribly.
You know
terribly what? Sucks.
Fair enough.
So now getting into its special attacks, which, much like God/Burning Gundam, there's a lot. So we have the Hao Ken, which is an original technique created by Sekai during his first battle with Wilfred Kojima in his GN9999 Transit Gundam. Is used when Sekai's assimilation with the Build Burning Gundam is at its absolute peak. In this attack, the Build Burning releases a large amount of plastic particles while punching. Then it creates a powerful fire attack in the form of Phoenix. This attack is strong enough to destroy the moon, but the huge amount of particles emitted also destroys the suit's arms. Which they fix. They fix that later.
Right.
Then we have the Jigenhao School of Martial Arts. So Sekai Kamiki practices a style of martial arts known as the Jigenhao School of Kempo. While piloting the Build Burning Gundam, Sekai demonstrates the power of this art. So we have the Dangan Hagen Ken, which is a ground-pounding punch. When the attack is executed with the winning knuckle, it pulverizes the ground at the point of contact, causing the ground quakes and sending out a powerful shockwave to blow away unsecured objects and destabilizes nearby foes. And then we have Hado Rinpaku Ken, when Sekai simulation with the Build Burning Gundam is at its peak. Fire engulfs the entire right forearm, which is then used to punch the ground, sending a wave of blazing flames towards the target. And we have the Ryushin Rasen Ken, which is a punch executed with the fist rotating at high speed. The rotation serves as an increase of destructive power of the punch and causes plastic particles to be scattered away from the fist. The attack can be further enhanced with the winning knuckle.
It's kind of like a Rasengan from Naruto, except it's a fist that's spinning instead of the energy.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly how it is, honestly. You're not wrong. Then we have the Saikenzuki, which is a straight or practically lunging punch. It is capable of rending the plastic off of a gunpla and sending it flying. When the Saikenzuki is executed with the winning knuckle, the punch is capable of destroying 2 enemy units in a single attack.
It's so ridiculous.
Then we have the Seo Giri, which is a Build Burning, boosts it into the sky and then uses speed to gain while free falling to increase the destructive power of a diving kick. Then we have the Senko Matsu Gari, which is a 2-part technique, a diving kick followed by a booster assisted knee strike using the other leg. So, and then we have the Senpu Tatsumaku Gari, which is a high-speed spinning kick executed in midair. Furious spinning done by Build Burning Gundam prior to launching the kick serves as enhance the attack's destructive power and also creates a twister that is capable of parrying enemy attacks, which is including missiles and other projectiles.
It's so over the top anime. I don't know what other way to describe it.
Yeah, just a bit. Then we have the Shupuzuki, which is a punch that's capable of stirring up the wind and scattering plasticky particles away from the playing field. And then we have the Sotuna Girin Kin, which is a powerful jumping uppercut. And then the last technique is literally just the winning knuckle. So this is a large hand formed by the winning knuckle's torso. It docks with the Bill Burning's hand and is used to serve to increase power of its punch. If the winning knuckle is lost during battle, the Bill Burning can equip the winning Gundam's core fighter onto its hand to power up its punches. However, this results in damages to the core fighter as is not intended for this use. Yeah.
Pretty much the last chance.
Yeah, oh no. He only used the core fighter as a last chance, kind of like to win a match kind of a thing. And this is also the first time he assimilates with the Bill Burning to where it goes into that like hyper mode state. So and yeah, I said a lot of these correctly, by the way, because I watched that much of the dub. So now getting into the history of the Bill Burning. So the Bill Burning Gundam was originally built by Sei Iori for the 11th Gunpla Battle World Championship and intended for Reiji's use. The Gunpla was developed from the SB-011 Star Burning Gundam and refined so Reiji could handle it better. After the championship, Sei further improved the Gunpla into its current form, disguised it as a Dom, and hid it inside the Gunpla Battle World Championship trophy he won with Reiji. Sei did it to leave behind a memory before he graduated from Seiyo Academy. The Bill Burning Gundam in its Dom disguise was later accidentally discovered by novice fighter Sekai Kamiki. When he was examining the trophy, he then used it to fight in a Gunpla battle against Plastic Model Club president Daiki Miyaga. Miyaga. After defeating Miyaga in battle, Sekai's Dom was sniped by Yuma Kasaka's Lightning Gundam, who, after several shots hit him, apparently destroys the Dom. To everyone's surprise, the Bill Burning Gundam emerges from the wreckage of the Dom and closes the distance against the Lightning Gundam, using its superior mobility and defense. And this is also at the end of the first episode, and oh my god, like, when it happens and you see a freaking fire twister surrounding the Dom and the Bill Burning emerges and like the theme song hits, it just like, oh,
Fair.
Not gonna lie, that's actually really good. And the Bill Burning Gundam was heavily damaged during its fight against Shimon, who was almost an equal match for Sekai, despite using a straight assembled Destiny Gundam. However, as the model damage was set to B, the Gunpla did not sustain much actual damage. After its battle with the GN9999 Transit Gundam, Yuma realizes that the Bill Burning Gundam cannot handle the power that Sekai was discovering and initiates an upgrade plan, converting it into Try Burning Gundam. Through China Kasaka, Sayori later passed the second Bill Burning Gundam with its inner frame and armor parts separated to Yuma Kasaka so that he can use it as spare parts to repair the Try Burning Gundam, and that was badly damaged during the fight with Toritsu Academy.
The Transient Gundam and the Transient Glacier are both sick.
Oh yeah, no, the Transient Gundam.
The Glacier's awesome. In Hono Try, but
and Transient Gundam uses, obviously, it's a GN, so it uses GN particles, so it uses the Transam system.
Yeah, it's sick.
Well, it uses its own version of the Transam system, I should say.
Right.
So getting into the notes and trivia of the Bill Burning. So, despite having burning in its name, director Shinjo Wataba confirmed that the Bill Burning Gundam has nothing to do with the GF13017 NJ2 God Gundam, whose name was changed to Burning Gundam in G Gundam's English dub.
Which it looks almost
which I call bullshit. I call bullshit on that, by the way. He uses martial arts, and his Jigen Hao School's emblem is the burning hand from like Burning Finger.
Yeah.
And at the very end of the series, we get a cameo of Domon.
Yeah, it's
It's like, tell me again, this is not related to God
yeah,
/ Burning Gundam.
it's like,
BS.
I don't believe you.
And it uses flames.
Yeah.
And it actually, in one of the later episodes with Try Burning Gundam, which we'll get into after the mid-break, he uses something similar to Burning Finger. He only ever used it once, but it was pretty close to Burning Finger.
Right.
So although not shown in the anime, the build burning is very likely to have the RG core unit like the Try Burning. The RG core unit is known to be in the chest mounted transparent parts, and these parts are not shown to be modified in the anime. The Build Burning Gundam appears to have a Mobile Fighter G Gundam theme to it, with its main design focus on an unarmed hand-to-hand combat and spectacular power attacks, alongside its gunpla fighter as a appearance martial artist with great skills and rebellious youth, similar to Domon Kashu.
Yeah.
And similarly, both Sekai and Domon fight against a boxer-type opponent, Shimon Azuna and Chiburi Crockett, respectively. When the flame effects on its back increases in propulsion, the effect is similar to God Gundam's God Field Dash technique. You don't say. The Build Burning's Gundam code BG11B may be referenced to the fact that later in the series, a later version of Sayori's entry in the 11th World Championships. And then, although a standard martial arts move, the Build Burning's Gundam's Senkanzuki could be a reference to the toy animation super robot anime Tosho Daimos and Daimos' own Senkanzuki, a striking uppercut used to split an enemy machines in half. Which that probably is true. And then the winning knuckle might be a nod towards Goldmurray's Marg hand, and an optional piece of the equipment used by the titular robot of the Sunrise anime Brave series or Brave Saga, the King of Braves Gar or Yushima O Gaigar Go Gaigar. There's so many different mecha series in Japan, it's insane.
Yeah.
And then when Sekai assimilates with the Bill Burning, the water droplet effect seen when he uses the Jigen House School technique changes from green to red. Also, by the way, that effect is also similar when Domon achieves inner peace to go into hyper mode. Just saying.
Right.
And then the idea of the mobile suit coming out of disguise mobile suit, which happened in episode 1 of Gundam Build Fighters Try, was later reused in Mobile Suit Gundam Seed of Freedom, whereas Athron Zala's ZGMF X191M2 Infinite Justice Gundam Type 2 appeared out of his ZGMF MM07 Zgok during the final battle. Yeah. And it's kind of also like Master Gundam and G Gundam. Like Master Gundam came out of Master Asia's like old version of his suit.
Mm-hmm.
So, not just Seed Freedom. Just saying. Well, with that being said, let's take a quick mid-break. Thank our listeners, and we'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Greenlight. Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Spotify. Greenlight.com/Spotify.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
All right, welcome to the Middle Show, where we talk about everything with podcasts that has nothing to do with the lore of Gundam. Here, we want to thank all of our amazing listeners. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. And if you too want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/GundamLoreCast, where you can get ad-free episodes or even join us once a month on the show itself. You can also support us on Apple and Spotify. Leave 5-star review on Apple with some words or a nice Spotify comment. Read it out loud the next time on the show, which we do have one from Joseph Buff Ken Jr. From What is Gundam Transformable Mobile Suits / others. And don't forget the Bawoo. Bawoo. That's true. I did forget about the Bawoo. Can't remember what that one looks like on the top of my head. Oh, yeah, that's one. Yeah, it's the Is that Xeon? Neo Xeon. And Double Zeta.
It's in Double Zeta, yeah.
So.
Yes, I am pretty sure it's Bawoo, but I just want it to be Bawoo.
Bawoo. I know,
Bawoo.
right? Bawoo. And then you can also find us in a few different Discord servers, the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, as well as my own Discord server, the Ben and Friends Podcasting Discord, where you can find this show and all the other shows that I host, which are Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends, the Final Fantasy Lorecast, the Wizarding World Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. So go check those out. All great stuff. All great fun. So, and then do we have any Gundam news?
I didn't see anything big. You can watch Gundam Wing on for free on the Gundam Info page for the 30th anniversary.
That is true. That is very true. I think they just announced that today, didn't they? Oh no, they announced that a couple days ago. They're doing a Master Grade Unicorn Gundam recirculation color to be released at the Gundam base on May 31st. Ugh. So
they also, at the bottom of the section on the right page, there's some stuff about Seed Destiny Astray, but I can't get these little promotional movies to load, and it's making me very sad. Because there are 2 of them.
The Strays return, mostly Gundam Astray R/B.
So click the arrows at the top left or top right. And there's story, there's the mobile suits, there's products,
interesting
characters, and there's a movie for the red one, and on the other side, there's a movie for the blue one. But they are not popping up.
It's not popping on mine either.
So I'm wondering if they just haven't added them yet.
Well, no. Who knows? But, yeah. Great stuff.
That's all I've seen.
Cool. Well, with that being said, let's now get into the Try Burning Gundam.
My name is Lily, and I've had hidradenitis suppurativa, HS, for years. I finally found some relief since taking Cosentix. Relief means I can show up more.
Cosentix secukinumab is prescribed for adults with moderate to severe hidradenitis suppurativa, HS. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some are fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, had a vaccine or plan to, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema-like skin reactions may occur. Learn more at 1-844-COSENTIX or Cosentix.com.
Ask your dermatologist about Cosentix.
Okay, so the TBG-011B Try Burning Gundam is a gunpla introduced in the anime Gundam Build Fighters Try, piloted by Sekai Kamiki, and is an upgrade from the Build Burning Gundam. Surprisingly. Who would have thought? So getting to the technology and combat characteristics. So compared to its predecessor, the Build Burning Gundam, the Try Burning was a reinforced joint armor and is installed with a new system known as the Burning Burst system to maximize its plastic particle emission. Similar to the Build Burning, the Try Burning's transparent blue parts are the strong plasticky particles for later emission. or storing plastic particles for later emission, and more of them are hidden below the armor. Although the suit has no shield, it can defend against projectiles and range beams, attacks using its elbow armor, just like its predecessor. The suit is also released plastic particles from its soles in an attempt to protect itself from below. Normally, these plastic particles are used for propulsion, much like those released from the gunpla's back. When Sekai assimilates with tri-burning, its performance improves more than 3 times, and the transparent blue parts turn orange from the change in the plastic particles colors. Furthermore, all the plastic particles stored in the suit can be released at once, and this causes the entire tri-burning to be engulfed in flames. The suit also gains the ability to generate a barrier during a simulation. The weakness of a simulation is that the damages sustained by the gunpla are reflected onto Sekai. Before the finals of the Under-19 Championships, the tri-burning was remodeled so that polycaps are interchangeable with that of its teammates. This allows the damaged tri-burning to be repaired using its teammates' parts, allowing to fight properly during the overtime battle as the team's representative. So, getting into special equipments and features, since there is no armaments for this one. We have a barrier, so by controlling the plastic or by controlling the particle emission during the simulation, the tri-burning can generate a barrier to protect itself or its teammates. So, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely is.
Next is the burning burst system. So, designed by Yuma Kasaka, the burning burst system is used during a simulation. This system allows tri-burning to purge parts of its exterior armor on the chest, shoulders, forearms, inside skirts, and lower legs, revealing the transparent parts hidden beneath. The purging of parts allow for the smoother release of plastic particles stored in the translucent parts, and thus helps maximize tri-burning's plastic particle emission. Now, when this happens, it's engulfed in flames. There's flames literally all around the damn thing.
That goes
It's
fire,
pretty
Super
sweet.
Saiyan.
Yes, it does. And then we do have the RG core unit. So, like the Build Burning, the translucent parts are an application of the Starbill Strike Gundam's RG system. The core unit of these parts are located in the chest, and when it's activated, the tri-burning is revitalized, and the plastic particles are released directly from storage. So, going into now special attacks. So, again, we have the Hyokin. The tri-burning releases a large amount of plastic particles when punching while a simulation, and creates a powerful fire attack in the form of Phoenix. Thanks to the burning burst system, the tri-burning can execute the attack without damaging itself, unlike its predecessor. This is Sakai's first original technique. And then again, Sakai uses the Jigen Hao School of Martial Arts, which he uses just like with the Build Burning. So he has we have the Hado Rapaku Ken. Rapaku Ken. Yeah, he smashes the ground. The fire engulfs the entire right forearm, which is used to punch the ground in a wave of blazing flames towards the target. We have the Rusai Rasen Kin, a punch executed with the fist rotating at high speed. The rotation serves as an increased destructive power and causes the plastic particles to be scattered away from the fist. When executed during a simulation, the fist is engulfed in flames. We have the second Zuki, which is a straight punch. It's capable of rendering the plastic off of a gunpla and send it flying. We have the Senpa Tasu Makigari, which is a high-speed spinning kick executed in midair. Furious spinning done by the tri-burning prior to launching it. Kick serves as an enhance the attack's destructive power and also creates a twister capable of parrying enemy attacks. We have the Shippuzuki, which is a punch that is capable of stirring up the wind and scattering plastic particles away from the playing field. We have the Sotun Gurren Kin, which is a powerful jumping uppercut. Now, here's something new. So we have an unnamed technique. He does not name this, but this is probably one of the coolest things this Gundam does in the entire series, which is created by Sekai during his battle with the NK-13J Denial Gundam. The use of this move seems to be linked with the RG's core unit. In this attack, the Tri-Burning creates multiple plastic particle projections of itself that is capable of attacking the enemy using the various G Gundam school techniques. When required, each projection is capable of instantaneously shifting its position in the teleportation-like manner. After projections have finished their attacks, Tri-Burning lays its hand on the opponent and blasts through it with a powerful yellow beam. Burning finger.
Yeah.
So
100%.
yeah, this is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, because the battlefield for this match was the Guyana Highlands, which, if you don't know, is also the training ground for Domun Kashu, and supposedly for Sekai and what was the name of the Nile Gundam's fighter? Junya. So the fighter of the Denial Gundam is Sekai's senior for the Jigen Howell School. And this is where they train. This is the Ghana Highlands. And it's like, oh, tell me this isn't related to G Gundam again?
Tell me again how these aren't connected.
Mm-hmm. So the next technique is a flaming sword. So after activating the burning burst system, the Tri-Burning can use the released plastic particles to form a handheld fire sword for close combat, which is pretty cool.
So ridiculous.
It's awesome though.
I love it. It is ridiculous, but I love it.
I love the gunpla stuff because it can get like completely like
it
insane.
Just gets super outlandish because they're like, what if we put this thing with that thing and
because
did all of these
because
together?
It's gunpla and it doesn't have to be based in realistic terms. That's great. It can be in video game terms and be perfectly normal. And then we have the final burst. So the Tri-Burning activates the burning burst system and flies at a plastic power gate generated by the Star Winning's tri-funnels or star funnels. As it passes through the gate, it rotates the fist and then engulfs the in-flame, taking on the form of a phoenix. Which is also awesome. So, last but not least, we have the notes and trivia for the Tri-Burning. So, the unnamed technique used by the Tri-Burning Gundam in its fight with the Denial Gundam shares similar traits with the techniques used by God Gundam and Mobile Fighter G Gundam series. You don't say. Who would have thought? So, the Tri-Burning created copies of itself similar to the Bushin Sapugada Shadow technique, which is where Domo makes copies of himself with the Burning Gundam. And then the attack used by the Tri-Burning at the end of the unnamed technique is similar to the erupting burning finger, practically the version of the attack where the power is projected as an energy wave. What? This isn't related? BS. It's related.
Yeah, I don't care what they say.
I don't care what they say. This is totally related to Burning Gundam / God Gundam. So, yeah. But yeah, that's all I have on both the Build Burning and Tri-Burning. Pretty short episode, 30-ish minutes. So, do you have any final thoughts or anything on the Build Burning or Tri-Burning? Other than that, it's obviously a homage to Burning Gundam.
No, my only thing is Gunpla related, but not Burning Gundam related, is give me ideas on how to paint heavy arms that's not normal heavy arms colors. Ooh. Give it in comments, give it in Discord, either one. Don't really care.
By the way, I did just pull the X1 Crossbones in SD Gundam so Generations. Cool. And I was so like, cool. I got that one, and I got the, what was the other one I pulled? I pulled 2 URs literally, like, yesterday when they gave out, or this morning when they gave out the 3,000 gems for the, like, top ratings, I think, in the App Store or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, I saw, it was for top sales on one of the App Stores or something.
Yeah, it was top sales. Yeah. Here, let me... Oh, no, I have to download. Oh, That was it. It was only like 1 megabyte. But yeah, I got the crossbone. Oh no, I have my login rewards to do. Skip, go away. Oh my gosh, stop. Okay, oh, I got the headliner of the new drop, which is Gundam GP 02A.
Oh, yeah.
The one
from
with the freaking...
Stardust.
Yeah, because that one has nukes.
Ow.
I hate it in GB4 because it literally has nukes.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
It's so uncalled for.
Because it's so annoying. But anyway, yeah, that's all I have for this week's episode. Do you have anything else?
Nope, nothing else.
Cool. Well, everybody, thank you again for listening to the Gundam Lorecast, and remember, pilots, stay safe out there. Thank you for listening to the Gundam Lorecast. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcasting Discord, where you can share how you got into the Gundam series, and you can even find us on Twitter at Gundam Lorecast, and even email us at gundamlorecast@outlook.com.